Hi, Tyrus?
John?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Cell phone charger's back there if you need one.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. Do you need a charger? I'm going to take it, actually. At least while we're in here. It's not far, but still.
The gray one's strong. I'll drive slow for you.
No, you're fine. Please don't drive slow. We're actually on our way to a concert.
Oh, who are you seeing?
Her name's Melanie Martinez.
Okay.
She's not all that popular. Well, I don't know. She is and she isn't.
She's getting pretty popular.
I would call it like alternative pop, if you will.
Alternative pop. Okay.
Yes. She just released a new album and she's touring, so we're pretty excited.
Fun. All right. I'll have to check her out.
I don't know.
She is good, I promise.
I'll take your word for it.
Listen to the newest album first, though.
Newest album.
The other ones I
Melanie
feel like are a little like immature, if you will. They're very adolescent. But that's also her like. That was the entire aesthetic of her character she was playing. So
Okay.
I don't know. She has like this alter ego that she's telling a story of through her albums.
Oh, that's fun. See,
Yeah.
I like where there's a narrative. in
It is a
album.
narrative. I will say
Cool.
that much. It is a very like she's very much telling a story.
I love that.
This is the third album
Okay.
of this. I guess we'll call it series. And the second album actually had a movie that she made with it,
Really?
which was really cool. Yeah, it was really interesting. It was a whole visual aspect to the music she made.
That's awesome. See, one of my favorite bands is Coheed and Cambria, and that's
Okay.
that's
Heck
what they did,
You
right?
know them? I love that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So it's comic books plus the story, and the whole thing's telling a narrative, and it's like through the eyes of the writer of the narrative.
Cool.
Yeah, I love it, and so I love when bands can do stuff like that.
How about that?
Yeah. So Melanie Martinez.
Melanie Martinez.
Alright.
Yes, the new. This is the Portals tour, and the album is Portals.
Okay.
But it is. It's very unique. I will say that much. Like you
Awesome.
probably won't see anything else like it, especially the character. Like the character's name is Crybaby.
Ooh, okay.
And the first and second albums are really about her like adolescence and growing up. So a lot of the music kind of feels that way too. Like it's about like kind of her just discovering like what it is to have human experience and that sort of thing.
Oh, that's great.
But in the second album, spoiler alert, she dies.
Okay.
And the third album is sort of her rebirth.
Ooh.
So she's alive again, but she's in a different body, question mark?
Okay.
So we're not sure, I guess.
I feel like death is definitely part of the human experience.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, she's kind of talking more about now, especially in this album, like, about what comes after.
Okay.
Or at least theories. You
Sure.
know. It's very much about, like, the afterlife and, what's the word that I'm looking for? Why can't I think about it? Or, like, to be, like, reborn into a new life.
Oh, reincarnation.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
God,
I was
it was
about
like
to say
at the tip of my
reincarnated.
tongue. I'm like, why can't I think of this word? Honestly, it's because I was getting lost in the scenery. The houses are so beautiful here.
Oh, here, absolutely.
They're gorgeous. No, you should have seen the ones back there. They were literally stunning. They were like completely enveloped by the vine. No, they were gorgeous. If we had time, I would ask this man to go around again. I'm kidding.
Yeah, this part of Chicago, you forget you're in the city. This,
Yeah,
like,
it's stunning
Lakeview area. It's so quiet, so nice. Yeah. You get the little brownstone houses and all that everywhere. Yeah, it's great.
I do love the good old city.
You two from Chicago originally?
I can't say we are really.
We were born here, but I don't know. We can't quite say
We just
that
come
we're-
up every so often. We're about an hour out, I want to say. So it's not even. I can't even say we're in the suburbs.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Outside of the metro.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the metro is close. It's like maybe 20 minutes from us, 30
Yeah.
minutes if you really wanted to take it into the city. But yeah,
Sure. All right, we got 4 minutes. What do you think happens after we die?
what do I think?
Yeah.
I
Since it's part of the
definitely
album.
think the concept of reincarnation is valid.
Okay. We come back as
I
Carney
think
again.
that perhaps like we can call it a soul, but I think consciousness is a better word for it.
Mhm.
I think consciousness is very much eternal,
Sure.
and these bodies we have are very much temporary, while the consciousness is still like very conscious, like
Mhm.
even after said body isn't available, if you will.
Sure.
So I don't know. I think I very much believe in the whole like collective consciousness. All is connected through that sort of living awareness that is within all things.
I
So,
get you. Yeah.
Who's to say that this body is the end?
The end of it. That makes sense. I was reading about this theory that the state of all things is consciousness, all matter,
Right.
all, right? And that the human ego is what makes us think we're individual.
Wow.
And that when that dies, we just go back to being everything again. again.
That was beautiful.
This is very interesting.
I
What
think-
book did you read? That's very close.
That is really beautiful.
It was like a thing of like theories, so it wasn't even part of
I
the
feel
book,
like that's
yeah.
very much like a fact. Like, I think it's sort of, like you said, egotistical to say
Yeah.
that, like, this is all that I have, and that when I die, all that's gonna matter is like the things I leave behind in this material world, where
Right.
it's like
me.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Where at the end of the day, like I'm not saying this to be like rude or harsh, but the ego is the ego, and the
Yeah.
ego does not matter.
Right.
Like, it's really just the ego comes with the human condition.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just what it means to like be a human being and have a body.
Yeah.
It means to have an ego.
It's part of the
being
brain.
conscious
It's
of
necessary for survival, right?
Right.
It's in there.
So
we
like,
need it.
here's one for you.
Okay.
The brain in itself is a very like obviously material matter.
Yeah.
And this goes along with consciousness, where I think it would also be not egotistical, but I think it'd be a bit foolish to say that consciousness resides from within the mind.
Sure.
Where rather I feel like the mind interacts with consciousness. Do you know what I'm saying here?
I totally get it. So,
So, like-
consciousness is that entity in the brain.
Yeah,
that's
like look at
interacting.
your mind as like a radio, and you
Sure.
can sort of like tune into the radio onto like different frequencies or like different channels, and you can hear different things.
Mhm.
So like, somebody might have a thought, and then they might like, I don't know, not entertain the thought, so they let it go or forget about it, and someone else might pick up that thought along the road. Like,
Sure.
it's kind of in that.
And we have examples of that where there have shared thoughts. People think of someone and then they
Right.
call or something like that. And, so those can be a shared experience or in that
Mhm.
touching on consciousness as an outside of ourselves and existence. That's really cool.
Yeah,
actually. I've never
no,
thought
I
of
think
that.
that's awesome. It's always really like, I don't know, I think it's uplifting to come across people that like to think a bit more, I don't know, bigger picture, like a little bit less in the whole like the ego really,
Right,
to
yeah.
just sort of like be within the human experience and sort of not think about the what ifs.
Exactly. People, if you can step outside of it and go, why are we here? What
Exactly.
are we doing? Instead of just
They're
doing
gonna
it all
check
the
your
time.
bag,
Stuck to
They're gonna check your bag. So like, yeah. I'm so excited. I know this line's about to be crazy. I literally worked today, so we just shot up here as quick as we could, and we're literally about to get it like just in the nick of time. We're about to be here, but
I was seeing a lot of people in pink walking up, and I was
It
like,
is a
"Ah,
cute pink,
emotion."
green.
I was gonna go pink.
You definitely see a lot of crazy outfits. I mean, we're definitely dressed a little bit wildly, but that's okay.
I don't know. I was dead ass gonna go pink too, and I decided black. first.
Black is always the answer.
All right, Melanie Martinez was the
Yes,
name? All right,
sir.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Melanie Martinez, look
Have
her
a
up while
great
you're
day.
here.
Enjoy
Thank you
the show.
so very, very much. I really appreciate your time.
This is
And
great.
thanks for the conversation.
Yeah, this was so fun.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you. Have a great one.
You
Be
too.
safe.
Thank you.